This is not a drill. If you're holding Iraqi Dinar right now, you may be sitting on a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Reports are flooding in from investors and financial experts that the much-awaited exchange process has quietly started to roll out. Yes, you heard that right. Dinar exchange starts now. This isn't just another rumor floating around the internet. Major moves behind the scenes are signaling a real shift in Iraq's monetary future. And for you, the dinar holder, it could mean a serious financial turning point. So, if you've been holding your breath, waiting for a clear sign that the RV revaluation is finally in motion, this is that sign. You need to listen closely, because we're going to break down everything that's happening right now, why it's happening, and what it means for your wallet, your bank account, and your future. Stay with us, this is the update you've been waiting for. Let's begin with the buzz that's turning heads worldwide. The Iraqi Stock Exchange, ISX, and the Erbil Stock Exchange, ESX, are finally going live, and not just with basic operations. They're reportedly launching with a new exchange rate in place. This is a massive signal to financial markets across the globe. Why? Because stock exchanges don't coordinate something this big without knowing what's coming. The chatter about monetary reform has been growing for years, but the sudden involvement of multiple stock exchanges going live together isn't just coincidental, it's calculated. These platforms are being updated to reflect a new, stronger, more globally competitive dinar. And that's not just good news for Iraq, it's good news for you if you've been holding dinar. Big players are getting ready to inject money, and when liquidity flows, so does opportunity. All signs point to now being the time to pay attention and take action. Here's why this is a game changer. International institutions like the Abu Dhabi Stock Exchange are stepping in and linking up with Iraq's financial market. That doesn't happen unless there's a solid financial plan in motion. These institutions don't gamble based on internet rumors. They move when they see hard proof, governmental documents, signed agreements, and policy changes that show long-term potential. They are preparing for a post-RV Iraq, and that means they believe the dinar will soon reflect real value in international markets. If these major players are preparing systems and aligning financial infrastructure, then it's not about if anymore, it's about when. And that when looks like right now. The cash-in window that people have waited years for might be opening quietly but surely, and only those who stay informed and alert will benefit fully. What makes this moment especially powerful is the kind of attention Iraq is getting, not from bloggers or chat groups, but from real global markets. The ISX and ESX preparing to go live with new systems is like flipping the switch on a new era. This isn't a trial or a demo, it's real-time progress. And if they are integrating a revalued dinar, then what we're witnessing is more than just financial restructuring, it's a national economic revival. For years Iraq has talked about monetary reform. We've seen meetings, policy proposals, and speculation, but now, actions are lining up with words, and that changes everything. If you're holding dinar, this is the time to prepare, not panic. You may only get one shot at exchanging at the highest value. So understanding the steps now is critical. Don't let years of patience go to waste, because you weren't ready when it mattered most. Let's talk about the real meaning of this potential revaluation. When people hear RV, they often imagine instant wealth or overnight million. But the real goal of a currency revaluation is economic stabilization. Iraq has massive oil reserves, an ambitious young population, and now, finally, a roadmap toward opening its markets to the world. A stronger dinar means increased investor confidence, better trade deals, and more power for everyday Iraqis to participate in global commerce. But the best part, when that new rate is officially recognized and goes live on the financial systems connected to these exchanges, your physical dinar could suddenly become significantly more valuable. That's why this moment matters. If stock markets are pricing in a new rate, then the value is not just coming, it's being prepared for right now. Some skeptics still ask, how do we know this isn't just more speculation? And that's a fair question. After all, we've heard many rumors over the years. But this time is different. Why? Because it's not just talk, it's action. Stock markets are preparing, systems are sinking. Institutions are investing, not just waiting. And remember, these aren't just any institutions. These are government-backed exchanges with billions on the line. They wouldn't risk their credibility if this wasn't serious. When Abu Dhabi shows interest, it means confidence from one of the most powerful financial hubs in the Middle East. This is no longer about guessing, it's about tracking the real moves being made by real money. And that should give you confidence that the Iraqi dinar isn't just stable, it's rising in legitimacy every single day. There's also talk about Iraq removing the 3 zeros from its currency, a crucial part of the monetary reform strategy. This isn't just symbolic, it's a practical change to simplify transactions, reduce cash confusion, and bring Iraq's economy more in line with global standards. Picture this: instead of paying 1,000 dinars for a loaf of bread, you pay just one. This helps reduce inflation perception, boosts local confidence, and encourages foreign businesses to transact more easily in the dinar. More importantly, this redenomination, when paired with an adjusted exchange rate, could make your current IQD holdings worth far more than they appear today. If you're still unsure what that means for your wallet, just imagine the difference between cashing in at 1451 and something much closer to 1. Ask yourself again, is it worth paying attention now? History tells us that currency redenomination has worked in several other countries. Take Turkey for example. In the early 2000s, they removed 6 zeros from their currency. What followed was an economic boost, stronger international trade, and greater domestic trust in their lira. Iraq is following a similar blueprint, not identical, but inspired by successful reform. This is why international experts are watching closely, and it's not just about oil. Iraq is investing in agriculture, construction, banking, and technology. These are sectors that require capital, and stock markets like ISX and ESX give companies a way to raise money fast. That creates jobs, stimulates innovation, and gives ordinary Iraqis a path to prosperity. When this system opens to foreign investors, they'll bring expertise, resources, and global business practices that elevate Iraq's economy to the next level. Let's go deeper into why now matters more than ever. Timing is everything. When global and local markets start moving together, it means there's synchronization, and synchronization means planning. Stock exchanges don't just suddenly go. It takes months of testing, policy meetings, legal agreements, and international cooperation. What we're seeing now suggests all of that has already happened, which means whether announced publicly or not, the mechanism for a new exchange rate is in play. Investors are already quietly positioning themselves. Don't let fear or hesitation stop you from learning the truth and in preparing your own steps. Dinar holders who act wisely, research, seek guidance, and stay alert will be the ones ready to benefit when the announcement is made official. Stay calm, but don't stay unaware. This revaluation isn't just about making quick money, it's about economic transformation. Iraq has been through decades of conflict, inflation, and an instability. Now it's at the edge of a financial rebirth. With peace efforts continuing, reforms accelerating, and new technologies being adopted, Iraq could become a new Middle East powerhouse. The dinar's value is just one part of this puzzle, but it's a very important part. If it strengthens, the psychological and financial effect could uplift the whole nation. Iraqis themselves may feel more optimistic, and investors will have more confidence, and international lenders could open the gates to even more funding. That's how economies transform when perception and policy work together. So what should you do now? First, stay informed. Keep watching verified financial developments, and don't rely on hype. Second, if you're holding dinar, organize your documentation and prepare. You never know how short the exchange window might be. Third, manage your expectations. Yes, this could be the moment we've waited for, but whether the rate is $1 or even 3, don't base your entire financial plan on a single event. Use wisdom, not emotion. But if this moment is real and all signs say it might be, you'll want to be ready to act swiftly, confidently, and smartly. One of the strongest signs that something big is happening is the coordination among multiple sectors. Stock markets, government banks, foreign investment groups, they're all preparing simultaneously. That kind of alignment isn't accidental, It means Iraq's new financial structure is already being implemented, even if it hasn't been fully announced yet. Quiet agreements often precede public rollouts, and we could be days or even hours away from an announcement that changes everything. Watch the moves, not the words. Follow the signs, not the noise. Because right now, real institutions are acting, not just talk. That's the difference between hype and history in the making. People ask, what if nothing happens? And that's a reasonable fear after years of waiting. But if you look at the data, the financial moves, the currency reform plan, and now the stock market involvement, too many signs are pointing in one direction. Momentum is real, confidence is rising, the strategy is unfolding in public feed. Whether it's this week or next, the revaluation feels closer than ever. This isn't about luck, it's about preparation. Be one of the people who's ready when the doors open. Your patience may finally pay off, but only if you're ready when opportunity knocks. Let's wrap this up with a clear takeaway. Iraq is rising, and the dinar may finally rise with it. The ESX and ISX going live, Abu Dhabi joining in, the redenomination plan, and increased foreign investment. All these aren't just isolated events, they're signals of something much bigger. The dinar cash-in window may already be cracking open. Will you be ready when it swings wide? Stay informed, stay patient, and stay prepared. That's how you win, and that's why you're here. We'll be covering every update as it happens, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you believe this moment is as big as it feels. Until next time, stay smart, stay hopeful, and take care.